If it's on chain, it's meant to be. When the math is math, then it's liberty. While you move straight peer to peer, the whole world looks on with tears and fear. Distributed power, lights stay on, even when no systems are gone. We don't need full access to win. We plug in the networks built for the win. When the ledger's open, the truth broke in. No more shadows, the signal no spin. Bosses rise, transparent from within. Bosses rise, transparent from within. Bosses rise, transparent from within. Work for the mob, you don't clock in. Work for the mob, you don't clock in. Rank is leverage, that's how we win. Work fire, let it begin. Work for the mob, you don't clock in.
Hey, happy Wednesday, Bappy. Good to see you, man. How are you?
What do you say, brother? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Doing good.
I can't even believe it's Wednesday. You said Wednesday. I was like, wait a second, it's Wednesday?
Yep, it's crazy, man. Time flies, man. Yes. We talked crypto years is even faster than with dog years, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. What is it times what? What is a crypto year? Like dog years, 7 years. What's a crypto year?
Yeah, I'd say that's like a 30 or 150, something like that. Yes, it's fast. But same thing, AI gonna be the same way, Bappy. It's crazy. Yeah. But we got a lot of news.
I'm afraid, Ray. I'm afraid.
Well, I'm gonna show you a story where a Claude Anthropic guy, he was an engineer and he was afraid.
You're not gonna help me, is what you're saying. You're gonna make it worse.
He left the country and he went in hiding. That's how much he but it's all right.
Comfy, what's our safe word? When are we, when do I need to pack a bag and where are we going?
Yeah, exactly. But hey, what's crazy like this has nothing to do with crypto, but I just thought it was a wild story. Because again, I used to work on planes, being in airports, all this kind of stuff. But have you seen this? El Paso just got locked down.
I heard it. I didn't see it. I heard about this morning.
Yeah. 10 days. The airport is closed. Now I'm not going to play the audio, but this is literally I think it's a Southwest pilot coming in, and literally air traffic control as told her, hey, I think you're the last flight, right? And he's like, what? What are you talking about? And he was going to obviously get off the plane. They go to hotels there, but she's like, the airport's closed for 10 days. Yeah. So
I don't know when you pulled this, because I heard this morning, and I'm gonna guess at what time, about maybe 8 my time.
Yeah.
But a little bit later on, not very much later, within the hour, I heard that they opened it back up again. So I don't know if this is. I don't know that this story is still going on right now, and there was no information. Why did they say they were going to shut it down, and why are they opening it back up? It could still be closed.
Yeah. Oh, it could. I don't know. All I'm saying is I saw it this morning. It's very unusual. Like I said, I worked at airport when 9/11 happened. We were literally going to get GW landed at our airport because Central Command, which is MacDill Air Force Base, is the closest to our airport. So he was literally going to come there, and then we're going to shut down air traffic, right? But, that was the last time I've seen at least a lengthy time where they just closed it down. Again, that was more the whole U.S., but it's just weird. I don't know what's going on. Is there a new Roswell? Or they got the...
Yeah, don't know, Ray. Maybe what happened is AI took over. That's probably what happened.
It could be. It could be. One of it came out of the ground, like the Terminator. Yes, could be. Good evening,
for real.
That's it. GW Rich, good evening. The market is still in fear, so it's a good time to DCA. Yes, into assets that you want to hold, or VCA if you believe we're still not. It's right. Absolutely, GW Rich. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. It's still looking a little fierce. Yeah, people still say, I don't know. We haven't touched the bottom, but we shall see. There's Honolulu, and it's a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard, and I'm bad boy because I don't miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. There you go. I'm free falling.
I think this is Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. I know free falling. If that's free falling.
Yeah, I think that's the song.
Okay.
I'm positive that's the song. Lou, give me a heads up. Is that the song?
Yeah, tell us, Honolulu. Thank you. Appreciate it. Great Wellness Wednesday. My crypto adventures. Web3 Wise Guys fam. Yes. Appreciate you. My crypto adventures. Thank you for joining us and all the good things. Yeah. Cheryl, Twisted Tree. Happy Wellness Wednesday to all. Good to see you, Cheryl. Thank you for joining us. Yes. Good times. Night out. Hey, wise guys, y'all having a wonderful Wellness Wednesday. Yeah, I'm eating more wellness too. I'm eating like yogurt and stuff. Night out.
That's good. That's good, right? Probiotics.
Probiotics. That's right. Gut health. Gotta have it. Sup, boys? There he is. That's the safe word. That's the safe word right there. Sup, boys? There it is.
No, if that's a safe word, then I gotta go.
Comfy. Thank you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And there you go. Evening, Robin. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you. Yes, I heard that too, Bappy. Yes, she's absolutely. It's kind of wild. Hopefully,
so
like I said,
so maybe it is back open. Like we might. I'll check while you're doing the show. I'll see if that's still going on.
Yes, and just in general, maybe there should be an explanation. Could they say why they did it? I don't know. If that would be another one. If anybody comes
they
back.
Said it was a national national security threat or like a national security thing.
What, the drones coming from Mexico? There's drones. You know, the cartel's sending up drones. Yeah, not a good idea.
We have to have like a some sort of force field.
Well, that's what he wants to make. It's what he's trying to do. It's why he got Greenland, the Golden Dome, right? He wants the dome, right? It's all missile defense. But yes,
yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Jerry,
that's what you're right. It was free falling.
Right on. Thank you, Honolulu.
Hey, Lou, that's the first one I got, Lou.
That's right. Right on. And there it is. VCA. Thank you. Value cost average. Store dry powder until we're under the cost basis. Hold cash and wait for even bigger dips before the next bull run. Do your own research and mob up because it does take guts, GW Rich, right? This ain't for this ain't for the average person, right? Even some of us, we probably told people, hey, our friend, get into Bitcoin, man, when it was like 120, right? And they got in. Oof. It's a tough one out there. But, it is a lot of news. We're going to get into it. Yeah. But this is kind of jumping off. Might be kind of some interesting things because we're talking about VCs, right? But VCs, man, their accounts are falling, right? They're not really into certain crypto like we are, right? But their capital is concentrating in like stable coins and payments, right? Tokenizations, fees. They love all that stuff, right? But there's the CEO of Dragonfly. His name is Hasib Kurishi, right? Describes the VC market as a barbell, right? And we're gonna talk about it because it is interesting. This thing, right? It's proven verticals on one side, moonshot bets on the other. That's what they're looking for. That's what VCs are doing. But look, it's a flight to quality. VCs backing experienced founders with real revenue over hype. Yeah, that's what I think we all need that. But they also tell it, and this is, like I said, why I titled the show, because these betting markets, right? These markets are one thing the VCs they missed, man. They missed Polymarket. Yeah. And they, kind of made more with some NFTs, right? So that wasn't a great move for them. But in general, this isn't VCs are patient, right? They're not patient. This is VCs admitting that the 2021 thesis was wrong. That tokens
they need quick money. This is what you're saying.
Well, some, right? Not all. They also thinking it's a 15-year game plan. Yeah, I'm not saying there are obviously some because that's why I said they got into NFTs. There, I mean, you can't lump them all in the same thing. But yes. They are a lot of them are looking at the long game, but yes, obviously want some quick ones too. Yeah. But culture coins, everything is DeFi, lost to a much simpler reality, right? Crypto infrastructure is converging with TradFi. We see it everywhere, right? You're seeing them all coming here in payment, the systems, settlement rails, but they are in this 15-year game framing is damage control a little bit. The real signal is what they're talking about with this barbell, right? They want both sides of the goodness that's happening over here. But you're either building stablecoin plumbing, right, or your moonshot AI agent play. That's what I'm saying. They're playing that barbell thing, yeah. But everything in between, the L2s, the social tokens, the NFT marketplaces is kind of like what they're saying is dead capital walking, right? That kind of stinks. Because we're in that
kind of.
But Hong Kong is positioned against the UAE for regulatory arbitrage, right? It's they're playing like this geopolitical, press chess game. Yeah. that they're choosing jurisdiction. Let me try to find that too, so we can see on the same thing. But yes, companies are a lot like you see a lot of the states that kind of people are opening up in Delaware and Wyoming with all this stuff.
Yeah, well, a lot of those states that they're opening up in are tax related, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. But the big thing that they're kind of regretting is the Polymarket miss. That's like I said. That's why I want to talk about the prediction markets, right? Because they do say that, and they have admitted it, right? Like I said, up here at the top in the bullet points on here, they said it, right? That's kind of their big thing. They missed the Polymarket and the late pivot to NFTs. That's well, some of us all did that, right? Didn't do Polymarket at all, and we pivoted to NFTs for sure. Right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, no one knows what's going to happen, right? There's maybe some few that are all up in there. But, that's literally kind of at least what the VCs are kind of, putting their bets on. The stablecoin stuff is big, right? Obviously, this is going to be massive. And we're going to, like I said, get into that because it's pretty cool once you start diving into this stuff. Yeah. So let me see here. The next one.
Real quick, going back to your airport thing.
Yeah.
Momentary shutdown to take down cartel drones. You were right.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Right?
It says it's back up again. I didn't read the whole story. I just read the headline.
Well, there you go. So I guess we got the cartel's drones. Yeah. Man down. Oh well. That's it.
Man down.
But like I said, this is the next one is talking about what is this Genius Act and MiCA, right? Genius Act here in the US, MiCA over in Europe. And it's talking about this split in stablecoins, right? And it is kind of, like I said, we're going to have two competing legal frameworks for global stuff. It's kind of weird. All I'm saying.
Depending on where you are.
Correct. I mean, so far, like maybe some kind of stuff unifies this, but the Genius Act and the EU, and that's what we're going to talk about, they have different kind of rails, man, and it's kind of crazy, but we'll see. But like I said, who knows, right? Maybe they can all kind of unify into this one type of thing. But look, the Genius Act bans yield for holding. And it treats it as a run prevention, no shadow banking. That's kind of why they're doing it. At least they say that. Maybe it's also just banking buddies, right? But the MiCA, right, which is the European one, it constitutionalizes the redemption right at any time, right? It's enforceable. So MiCA also reserves the right to throttle stablecoins that get too popular as payment rails. So that now they can manipulate these things. So like I said, the MiCA, it's like a more of a synthetic cash, right? It's crazy. All I'm saying, that's why we gotta pay attention. This is what all this is going to look like. But the U.S. Genius Act is a constitutional kind of cash, and that means it's controlled more by government or major entities. It's kind of
okay. Well, hold on, because I got questions now.
Yeah.
So if one passes before the other, if MiCA passes and it's up and running, but it's outside of the U.S., and I don't know why I've already lost but if you what's it called where people were like stealing, like they got this streaming service where they can steal.
Yeah,
they can show every movie, right?
Right.
You don't pay anything, but they go through like a computer in London, so it can't be traced back to what's that called? It's called
I know
something.
Yeah, I know all that piracy stuff. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
So what could if it passes over there first? Couldn't you kind of make it so like it shows that you're somewhere else so that you can. There you go, Rich. VPN. So you go through a VPN somewhere else so that you can be under the MiCA
do that
umbrella.
So yes, Babby. I mean, you can. People use VPNs, but look, everybody knows, right? I'm being serious. Like, it's not like VPNs are like this most secure, and platforms, if they really didn't want you to do it, they could tell, right? I'm just being real, right? You can.
Got it.
They do let you kind of like get over, like I've seen it, MEXC exchanges, they let you do it. But then just know that you're kind of messing with their terms of service, right? And at any time, they'll just confiscate your stuff. Yeah.
No,
So,
yeah, I suppose they could just see.
well, they
This
do
is
that on
this is
exchanges.
what's crazy about crypto. Like you don't
Yeah.
have control over any of this stuff.
Well, you do. That's a centralized exchange, though, right?
Yeah. So
If you're on that,
if you
yeah.
bought it, right, and
Yeah.
then you store it in a cold wallet, could they do it then?
No, well, that's what I'm saying. No, if you're off it, like you can move it around to different wallets all you want, right?
So if you bought it and then you
Right.
move it,
But look, it's not hard to you could go 50 addresses later, right? And they can track it. I mean, it's all transparent. So
I see.
you can do, but that's what they like what they're against with the Tornado Cash, all of that stuff, because that's a tumbler. And yeah, after it goes through that, then you don't know. It's a little more difficult, a lot more difficult, right?
And listen, there's nothing about me that wants to be
No, I
deceive
know.
people. I'm just trying to understand how this stuff
No,
works because
I
I
know.
don't.
Yes. Yes. Look, there we go. Just FYI, I'm a bank IT security guy. We see, they do.
I love it, Rich.
Yeah.
We know.
So it's true. It's not like they're but they do give you the option, like even too, like if you were trying to be in maybe like in the Middle East and you can't get on to X, right? They can kind of use that stuff and let you really maybe, but if they want to, they'll lock it down, right?
I got you.
You're not tricking anybody, right? Oh yeah, thank you. I did that in China and could go through Germany. Yes, you can absolutely, Honolulu. But
Well, you're in China, Lou. You could do anything in China.
Yeah, you can do anything in China. That's it. And then ticker, I put it up, Comfy. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate the help because I do got a lot of stuff going on here. But all I'm saying, it's kind of weird because it's a two-tier kind of system. Hope we can kind of unify something because it's not going to be good. You will lose innovation and things like that because they're going to go where it's the easiest.
Somewhere else, right?
Yes.
Where it's they're going to take the path of least resistance.
Right. Yeah. But
whatever opens up first, that's where they're going.
Yeah. So thinking about that, just for us, right? So the regulatory walls are going up. The question is like, why, while they're building these walls, who's building the infrastructure, right? To operate inside of it, right? And that's why we're gonna. This is just one because I use it, right? And that's why we're kind of going into this because Ledger, right, just made a move that shows exactly how self-custody layer is evolving. Yeah. So, which is cool. And you probably don't know. You have a Ledger, Bappy, or no?
No.
Okay, so it's a cold wallet. I just call it like a double firewall, right? When you give the okay on MetaMask, you also got to give the okay on this. It's just kind of double security, right?
And this is similar to the one that would be like something that you can unplug from your computer and throw inside a drawer or a safe or something.
Correct. Yes, it's a whole different piece. And if they got access to your MetaMask, and then knew the password and did a transaction, it would never go through because they need that other device.
That's part B.
Yes, correct. And two, just kind of so you're on because like you said, you didn't use it. It's not living on there, right? It's not there. It's on the Ethereum blockchain, right? If you're doing MetaMask, this is, like I said, just another little firewall for security. Yeah,
love it.
Just saying. But look, I mean, this is cool where now users can swap tokens across Ethereum, Arbitrum, and Optimism, Base, Polygon, BNB chain, all on Ledger. So look, they're upgrading. Now look, they got some downfalls too, because like twice they've been hacked where you're getting centralized, information, your email, your address and phone number, stuff like that. Because you have to give it to that when you're buying their stuff there.
Yeah, that's the KYC stuff, right?
I think, you don't need it's not really KYC. It's just when you buy it, because they're going to ship it to you. Yeah. You want to buy it directly from them, Pappy. You don't want to go to Amazon. You don't want to go to eBay. You always want to buy these type of devices directly from the
source.
Yes, correct.
What makes me nervous, Ray,
Yeah,
is that sometimes you think you're buying it from the source, but they mimicked it. Or like, how do you is there a way to know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even too, you go to X's official account for Ledger, right? You use that link. You don't Google search it. These are all things that we used to talk about all the time, security wise. You go to the official sites, and they will give you the official links. Yeah, and you'll know that. That's why Google or X does the golden check marks and all of these type of things, right? It's all about self-security. It is, Emin. Right on.
Thanks, Emin.
You the man. Sup, boys? There's no repost. But oh, what? Why? Tell them, Emin. Repost and like the stream. Yeah.
Smash the like.
Help us help you. Help us help you. Yeah. But look, like I said, people have been continuing to build. This is all good things, right? We all been using Ledger for a while. But yeah, now the wallet is literally becoming an exchange, right? So the entire crypto value chain is collapsing into a wallet layer, at least in this part, right? Who knows how this is going to look, right? But that's what I'm saying. You're starting to see, kind of stuff really starting to stand up and, do these kind of things. Yeah, because everybody, MetaMask has been doing it. But yeah, it's cool. So, okay, Ledger is building a self-custody trading layer. But here's where it gets truly wild, because the biggest asset manager on earth just walked into DeFi, Pappy. Not with a press release, with actual money. BlackRock just bought Uni tokens. Yeah. So they can now build a bid on it's going to be on Uniswap, right? So that's
I don't even know what the hell a Uni token is. So boom, here we go.
Uni, yeah, Uni's a big one. It's one of the biggest DEXs, decentralized exchanges. It's called Uniswap. Right. This was a cool one back in the day for us because we all got a drop, like they put some out, right? We all made pretty good money off of this, right? Back in the day, I think it was 2020, 2021, they did one of the biggest drops for their token, like in all of crypto. But yeah,
I mean, in AI years, bro, 2020.
Yeah,
that's 500 years ago, Ray.
That was many decades ago. Yes.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, this is a big deal because now, right? Like I said, BlackRock just bought Uni tokens and put BUIDL on Uniswap, and this is what's cool about decentralized exchanges, right? It's permissionless, and you can do these things, man. Just because you are, like I said, decentralized. So BlackRock listing its $2.2 billion tokenized treasury fund, BUIDL. It's on Uniswap, right? Via Uniswap X. BlackRock purchased Uni governance tokens. Okay, first DeFi token on their balance sheet. So trading facilitated by securitized with whitelist or qualified purchases, 5 million plus assets. So BUIDL's a big, that's a big one, right? It's one of the ones that are all talking about RWAs, big things they're doing over there, right? So, like I said, it's a significant event in DeFi history since the Uniswap launch itself. Like I said, when they launched, it was a big deal. It was very cool because we got a lot of tokens because we were using the heck out of Uniswap, Pappy. We were all up on there, yeah. But here's what they did: BlackRock, $10 trillion assets under management, right? They got a lot of assets under management. Is not just using DeFi infrastructure. They're buying the governance tokens of the protocol they're building on. That's not a partnership. That's a strategic acquisition of influence without the acquisition. That's what I'm saying. Why you'll start to love and see that DeFi, how it works. You don't need permission. They just came over, bought these governance tokens, and now they can go and list their stuff. Right? It's crazy. But simultaneously, the largest client and a token holder is, like I said, is BUIDL on Uniswap. So it is interesting what is going on. And again, I know that gets very geeky but look, you don't need permission over here, and that's the thing, right? You don't. If somebody, whatever, if you have money or you have, you can come over and operate on these type of systems. Yeah.
This BlackRock story, did it just break today, Ray?
Yeah, this one did, right? So yeah, if you go up here, this is BUIDL, like I said. It's part of a BlackRock kind of project. But yeah, February 11th, it is today. But
because Uni today,
you saw it pump. You want me to bring it up? I did. I went back and looked. Yeah.
Today, the chart on it is insane. And then it just dropped right back down.
Well, I know that's because the people, anybody, man, if you're holding it and you're in this crash, people, they'll jet, man. And that's what I'm saying. Let me get down to it. Uniswap. Because it's funny, the big spike, you can see it.
Right?
Yeah. I'm sharing, right?
Yeah. There it is, right?
Oh, yeah. There it is, February 11th. That was announced. We're just talking about.
I'm just curious if that's right about the time that it was that story broke.
I'm sure. I don't know about maybe this exact story, but yeah, this is absolutely it, right? I mean, that's a massive. I mean, anything to do with them is a massive thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then
but
boom.
yeah, but then people are clipping out, man. They're like, forget this. At least I just got some back, right? But yeah, that's what's going on. It's crazy. But that's a big story. It's something going on. Yeah. But this is also kind of unique because we used to talk about GameStop all the time because they were the first ones really to kind of bring down a hedge fund by with going against those guys.
Yep, they went against.
Yeah, just $10, $100. That's the power of people. Yeah. But this is Ryan Cohen. He teases a transformational type. Let me see if I can. It's on here where it's this stupid thing. Well, that's way too big. Yeah. But he's hinting. He's not telling anybody exactly. But it's plotting a very, very big acquisition. Yeah. And he's saying it's way more compelling, more than Bitcoin, right? But he wouldn't confirm he's dumping Bitcoin, even though GameStop moved 4,700 Bitcoin, worth 334 million, right? And they bought it at 108, right? So they're not doing what they really should be, selling at the bottom again, right? But they're saying they've got something going on, yeah. So we'll see. That's interesting.
What's the share price right now? Do we look? Is it in there?
No, I don't know off of that GameStop. No, I mean I can look.
I'm gonna look while you're going to the next story.
What is GameStop? Is GMST? No, I don't know.
I'm looking right now.
Stop.
24.21 right now.
Yeah, GME. Is it 20? Yeah, 24.21.
Yeah,
and it's down, right?
Well, I mean, the high. Well, I'm looking at 1 day. Let me look at let me look at a year real quick. It's coming off the high for the year 25.85, so it's not crazy,
right? So yeah, I mean that's just him in rumors, right? He's not saying anything other than they moved some Bitcoin, a good amount of Bitcoin, right?
Yeah,
and he's saying that they got some stuff going on. Yeah,
yeah. At the beginning of the year is 20.62, so it's up a little from the beginning of the year. But if we get a 1 year look, it was as high as 35, a rolling 1 year. So yeah.
Well, GameStop's out here, potentially becoming a Bitcoin seller, right? But Chainlink, Sergey Nazarov, if you haven't heard him, he's kind of the head dude over on Chainlink. Yeah.
I'm waiting to see Sergey's picture. Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna be some freak.
Yeah, okay. No, he's not. He's a good dude. But because this is a big one. It's Oracle. I like Chainlink. Yeah.
All right.
But he's out here, saying this bear market is different. It's just not the same. He's saying, right? He says infrastructure underneath is actually stronger than ever, right? And I had a couple stories before, literally talking about that, right? But yeah, it also could be he's just in a cope phase, right? He's trying to cope. this market is
the rug got pulled out.
Yeah, right. Because it is RWA growth will drive institutional. He knows that, and Chainlink will be a big kind of part of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, and this goes back to when we were talking about, and I told you like you're gonna look at old models, right?
Yeah.
And they're gonna tell you something, and you can't use an old model because just like AI, things are changing so rapidly that an old model is not going to take into consideration all of the changes that have recently occurred.
Right. Yeah, it is. And like I said, just, Bitcoin, blockchain infrastructure utility, it is starting to separate from just token speculation, right? People, you're going to start seeing it. If you don't have a real use case, this a lot, man. So much that I don't think people realize is just ideas, man. You know what I mean? These weren't real full-on projects. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, this is either the most important structural insight talking about this cycle, or the most what he's talking about with this Nazarov. It might be like him, how just like I said, coping with all this. His token is down 83%, right? But like I said, with Chainlink, it is an oracle. It's type of it allows blockchains to kind of interact right back and forth with each other. So it's a foundational type thing where every blockchain could potentially be using it. So it's a big one. I like Chainlink, right? But yeah, it's down. It's down 83%. So it's they got a long ways back, right? But Nazarov says that the infrastructure is strong, and wouldn't you know it, the next story we're talking about with Jamie Dimon, right? And JP Morgan just came out and said they're bullish on crypto for the rest of 2026. How could you be? This guy, right? He's all over the place, right? This Jamie Dimon. But he used to call Bitcoin a fraud. Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. He's always everywhere, this guy. But
he must be like a politician. You could say one thing one month, and you could say something completely opposite the next month, and nobody challenges you on it.
It is. That's right. Right. It is. JP Morgan says institutional inflows will drive crypto recovery in 2026. Bitcoin production cost estimated around 77K. It's trading below, and it creates a self-correcting dynamic. That's kind of like I said, the mining stuff, right? I'm just saying that's it's below that, right? So that's why you're also seeing miners kind of pivot over to AI stuff because it's not that lucrative right now. So it is shift, but the shift from retail or corporate treasury led to institutional led flows. He says that the institution is going to start piling in this year. That's what he's saying. He said it's going to rebound and led by institutional investors. I don't know. Do you think that, or is it you think retail ever going to get back in here? Because I think retail's definitely they're just scared. They're not going to.
Well, I think they're on the sidelines waiting.
Yeah,
they don't know what to do.
Right.
So, will they get back in? Well, at some point they're going to get back in. 100%, right?
Yeah.
But when that is, I mean, if anyone's telling you, "Oh, I know when that's horseshit." There's no one that knows.
Yeah, I know.
Get in the Polymarket and throw your data in. Then that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, 1000%. But JP Morgan says institutions are coming, but who are they building for? Right, and building for their buddies, I would say. But there's a generation that never trusted banks in the first place. And a new study is going to show that, they shows that something in the banking lobby doesn't want to hear is Gen Z. They don't trust banks at all. They don't trust them bank. They don't want them. They actually trust the code and smart contracts and crypto and blockchain more than they do banks, which is kind of crazy, right? Because it's crazy over here, right?
Yeah. It's not any less volatile. I mean,
well, but it is because it's not about the I think that, like I said, they trust it's technology, right?
Yeah, the potential. They kind of see the end game or the future of it,
Yeah, because you're trusting people and their crookedness, right?
Right.
There's people and their crookedness over here, but once the code and all of this stuff and the regulations get laid out, this is going to be where they're going to go because you don't have to deal with the stupid, crazy banks. You don't have to worry about a government printing your Bitcoin. You don't have to worry about any of the ridiculousness that they have to, because that's why most of them can't afford a house, right? So, this is what they're doing. Like I said, I'm just going to go through a couple of graphs because it is cool to see. But like the trust gap, they asked how much they trust crypto platforms over centralized places. And Gen Z's 40%, even millennials, man. Even us, Gen X, right? The boomers are a little late. The boomers,
the boomers don't understand it. That's too far gone. That's too far gone.
Right. And that's what's a shame because the corruption. Well, never mind. Anyways, but down here again, the trust gap. 36% of Gen Z and 34% of millennials reported that their trust in crypto platforms had increased year over year. Among boomers, the picture was far more subdued. Yes. And even us, we're very skeptical still.
Yeah.
Because you should be, right? It's kind of, and then here's the last one. 40% of Gen Z and 36% of millennials plan to increase their crypto trading in 2026, right? And that's all, like I said, this is the, you can say all you want, but this one, they're going to start transferring to this one, right? Because the boomers, they're moving on, right? They are.
Well, they're going to move on like from this world.
From this world. That's what I mean.
Yeah. So, and then the millennials and the Gen Zs and the Gen X's just inherit that. So yeah, that will transition at some point.
Yes. And then the last story I have to get, we'll get into the kind of like I said, a little presentation about this Polymarket and all the stuff. It's interesting. A lot of cool stuff on there. But this is crazy. You probably never heard of them, but this BlockFills, right, is a Chicago-based institutional crypto platform. Okay, it's what they're called. And even too, like I said, they're backed by. Do you know Susquehanna? Am I saying that right? Okay,
Susquehanna. That's right.
And CME's Group's venture arm, so Central Mercantile Exchange, right? CME, yeah. So that's who. This is it, right? This is them. But their things shut down, right? Where people, right, are working diligently to restore liquidity, but they, it's distressed, right, from all of the stuff that's going on. So it's not great look for institution. I thought they all do this stuff and they know what's going on, right? They're saying that this is a canary in the institutional coal mine, yeah, because this isn't some retail exchange run by an anonymous founders in Bahamas, yeah. This is a Susquehanna-backed, CME-connected, Chicago-based institutional firm that serves hedge funds and miners if they can't manage a 44% drawdown without freezing withdrawals, because that's what they did with no withdrawals. The institutions aren't as sophisticated as we think, right? There's a narrative. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they are building over here. Great. Yeah. But that's wild, man. That's a crazy thing there. That because that's, like I said, that's a major kind of project and company. Yeah. But this is all to talk about, like I said, to kind of give you an idea with this, crowd wisdom, right? Because this is it's going to be cool. I mean, did you? And I'm just asking, Bappy, did you watch any of this stuff? Like even too, where the Super Bowl, right? I know you're watching football, but did you ever go over to Polymarket or anything during that? Because there was a lot of stuff going on, right? No.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm saying, sure. Second by second, there were different bets put up.
Yep. And
so did you look, right?
A little bit, not much. I mean, they were doing the halftime show. They were saying that there was going to be a special guest, right? You see, Lady Gaga was like that. Like I said, they were all doing that, right? It's like I said, it's cool because like it's and this is going to get into much more things, right? Because prediction marks, these prediction markets, think like stock market for outcome. That's literally right. Yeah,
it's for degenerates, right?
But you say that now, but look, you're going to be able to look, and as we go through this, you're going to see you're going to go and look at this stuff more than you would go look at maybe a Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan Chase, earnings call or something. Right?
Sure.
I'm just saying it's more accurate, it's faster, it's more resilient than traditional polling. And I know I'm just
now. Have you used the Polymarket? Have you personally placed?
I've never bet. I don't bet. I'm not a big bettor, right?
Yeah, so I like to bet. I'm not going to lie, but I'm curious if when you set up your account, I'm curious how you fund it. Do you fund it from
your MetaMask? Yeah.
Oh, so it's all crypto funded.
You could do crypto. And I think they have a central. I don't know. Like I said, I've never done it, but I'm also going to do it with some of this AI stuff, right?
I know Apex will know. I know I'm pretty sure Apex has used it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's like, I don't know if he's used it, but yeah, he's definitely, because he's interested in obviously the information. Because even like I said, gathering the information from there, and also with whatever your signals are. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can get good information, right?
Well, he had mentioned something about the color of the Gatorade, and he was ready to press a bet, like he was literally.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he's used it before. We'll have to, if he shows up on Spaces, we'll have to ask him that question.
Yeah, 100%. But prediction markets are one of the few crypto native use cases that VCs, we were just talking about them, right? At consensus that they regret missing, right? But like I said, this guy Bernstein, and that's kind of was putting this, like I said, where I got most of this presentation, projects that the prediction market volumes doubling to $70 billion by 2020, end of 2026. Probably, definitely, right? I don't know. They're saying it's not theoretical. It's just one of the use cases that actually worked. This is working, and a lot of people are, dialing in because you're getting real, good information. Yeah.
Yeah.
Prediction markets are the proof that crypto creates new market structures that don't exist in TradFi. Polymarket didn't need BlackRock's permission or a bank charter. It just worked, right? That's the counter, argument to crypto. right? Is just is like I said, crypto is not just is fintech. Yeah, I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's interesting. Yeah, let me go to
Yep.
the next one here. Forecasting. Yeah, forecasting. But polls, they do suffer from social desirability bias, time lag, and measure intent, not expectations.
Sure.
Polls are like retail sentiment. They tell you what people want to be true. Yeah. And I mean, it is there. You got no skin in the game. But markets tell you what people believe to be true because they're putting their money where their mouth is, right?
Yep.
Weighted conviction, weighted by conviction. The same gap exists in crypto. Social media sentiment, polls versus on-chain flows, markets always follow the money, not the memes, right? But that's what I'm saying. This is where we can really get kind of good stuff, man. I mean, we can get signals because X has APIs. You can get a little bit of social signals. You can weight it more on what's these what something that's going on Polymarket. Like I said, that's why I'm like excited, man. There's a lot of cool stuff that we can kind of start working on and build, right? Because as this place matures, we can make some cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this next one, just talking about understanding the stock market for outcomes analogy. We were just talking about BlackRock just did on Biddle on Uniswap, but like both are examples of markets being created for things that previously didn't have liquid markets, right? They just did that. Tokenization of treasuries, right? Really didn't exist. Tokenization of predictions. That's what we're talking about here. You're tokenizing predictions. It's kind of crazy. The underlying technology is the same. Smart contracts creating tradable claims. And that's, again, what these prediction markets are. Every major world event it could have a liquid 24/7 market attached to it. Fed rate decisions, geopolitical conflicts, climate outcomes. This isn't betting. It's the most honest information aggregation mechanism. I think that we've seen it's going to change some things, man. Especially
they're saying it's not betting.
Yeah,
but isn't it betting, Ray?
It's betting.
Okay,
it is. I know.
Here's my question for it, because
Yeah.
Apex brought this up the other day.
Yeah.
Betting is not always, especially betting electronically, is not legal in every state in the United States. So,
Correct.
for instance, if you're in Pennsylvania, I don't think you can bet on like DraftKings. You have to drive down to Delaware and it geolocates you in Delaware. You place your bet in Delaware, then you drive back to Pennsylvania.
Huh.
So with the poly market, I wonder if there's no regulating this. So I wonder how that works.
I think it's changed for the US now, Bappy. But before, like 6 months ago, you couldn't do it in the US. It would just say we're not available in this region. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. But now I don't know, like I said, maybe probably part of the things that passed in June, right? With Congress and all that stuff. But yeah, now it's opening up that kind of stuff. Now I don't know, like I said, very close to sports betting and things like that, right? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how this works.
Just curious.
Yeah, it is. It's wild, man. But that like this is let me get to this next one here. This is and it's simple mechanics. That's what's awesome too, man. Yes or no, right?
Yeah.
And it's binary, So a dollar settlement, buy, sell anytime. Okay. The binary settlement is $1 or 0. And it means every prediction market is essentially a credit default swap on reality. And unlike CDOs, everyone can see the pricing in real time. If this existed in 2007, would the housing crisis have played out differently? Right. And that's what I'm saying. They're saying kind of, funny things to think about. Right. If this did, you could have, because that was one of the big problems anyways, the credit default swaps back in the day.
Right. Exactly. That's what caused it.
That's what caused it. They were wrapping up all kinds of the mortgages with A-rated stuff with garbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is interesting, but it's a very simple thing right there. Yes, no. Yeah. But here's, like I said, here's how it works with the math probability. Yeah. It's like it's on chain price discovery, doesn't wait for quarterly earnings reports or analyst coverage. It reprices in real time. And this is why prediction markets are structurally superior to polls and why DeFi structurally superior to TradFi settlement. Yeah. And what it's saying is, so what would it mean if there were liquid prediction markets for, let's just say, like a question like, will Bitcoin be above 100K by the end of December of 2026? Yeah. And just even an audience, if there's anybody's, like I said, engaging and want to, answer this, is what we're talking about. So if that was the bet, right, what does that tell you more than anything than kind of some, JP Morgan research? If it's at 15 cents, what is that saying, right? It's saying that like 85 people don't think that's going to, right? 85% of the people are not believing that Bitcoin's going to reach 100K. So it's a little bearish, right?
Yeah.
Just saying, that's kind of where you're starting to look at this kind of stuff is, because
follow the money, Ray.
Follow the money. And it's what people really believe. It's not just off of feelings, right? So like I said, it's very simple, but I'm not the biggest bettor, man. So the fundamental shift from sentiment to reality, right? Markets weigh conviction, not just heads. Financial incentives filter for truth. Everything we covered today is about where truth comes from. We were talking about banks, right? They say, trust us. Gen Z said, we don't trust you. JP Morgan says we're bullish, but they're talking their book, right? VCs say a 15-year game. We were talking first story, but they're rationalizing losses. Markets don't have opinions. They have prices. That's why prediction markets, DeFi and on-chain transparency matters. This is where we all got to get back to this kind of stuff, is this decentralized idea. Because what stinks with all this stuff with the stablecoin thing is looking like we're just kind of doing the same old stupid thing. And I hope we kind of fix this stuff. But yeah, this is, like I said, it's fun because I'm looking, like I said, more for the information. So skin in the game, it's a financial penalty for being wrong. So that's definitely a truth serum. Yeah. No penalty in polls. Somebody who says a poll, they could just be fine, feeling like, you see all this stuff on the news, very biased, right? They lean one way and they're going to just do that. And that's a lot of time what kids do, young people.
Yeah.
But the Genius Act, no yield clause removes the skin in the game from stablecoin holdings. If you can't earn or lose yield, you're just a passive holder, not a market participant. Prediction markets and DeFi lending both have skin in the game mechanics and that traditional banking deliberately avoids. So again, there's a lot of kind of things where I think this is going to be a big thing going forward, right? These prediction markets, people are going to integrate it in other things. And I so like I said, with DeFi, but this here too, real world success stories, right? This has happened before. You probably didn't see how accurate it was on the 2024 election.
Yeah, I wouldn't have seen this.
Yeah, way better. Any of those Ipsos, right? Any of them polls, even too. That it's politics is changing. That's kind of what Trump did. Anyways, is yeah. I mean, all of those kind of infrastructure things with political, all those things that they do with the consulting and all of that stuff, it's dying. I think that's dying too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is just way better. Yeah. And then the rise of decentralized markets. Let me get in here, right? And like I said, Chainlink, this kind of ties into what we were talking about. Decentralized prediction markets need oracles. That is what Chainlink is. It's an oracle. Secure data fields to settle contracts. Chainlink literally powers this. If prediction markets grow, let's say to 70 billion volume, that's massive online oracle, right? Demand. Yeah. This is the reason that's with Nazarov, which is the guy with the Chainlink, right, is bullish on infrastructure, even while Chainlink bleeds, right? So yeah, maybe imagine if it was kind of using a lot of that, right? Because that's why I think Chainlink has a big opportunity. Yeah. But Kalshi is regulated. You were talking about how this is going to work anyway. It's US based. Kalshi is regulated and US based, centralized. Polymarket is offshore, Bappy. Yes, decentralized, and it's crypto native. So that's the question. Who wins? Is it Kalshi that is regulated, US based, centralized, and you're using fiat and all that stuff? Or Polymarket, offshore, decentralized, crypto native? For me, I would say Polymarket. Yeah. But it will get people involved in kind of this stuff. Yeah. But we'll have to see, right? The answer probably depends on whether, when we were talking about them stories before, the Genius Act, micro frameworks, how it treats prediction markets, contracts as securities, right? I don't know, right? This is what I'm saying.
Are like, of these three, is there like a kingpin, or are they all pretty similar in size?
No, Polymarket is by, I would say, by far pretty the biggest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were the ones kind of that kicked it off, right? So I mean, just in general, I think it feeds more into that kind of crypto, narrative. I don't know, but we'll see. It's good, like you said too. Look at fantasy sports, people like that. That's with normies too, and they can just kind of do this centralized thing, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, right? It's but yeah, I would put my put my money on Polymarket. I would, but
right.
yeah, we'll see though. I don't know. But this is, like I said, this is markets can be manipulated. The Super Bowl, I think there was and I don't really know the thing with the Cardi B, but there was a controversy on Kalshi that happened, right? Kalshi called the outcome ambiguous, while Polymarket paid out, right? And that's what I mean by centralized exchanges. They kind of did a mulligan, right? Right? I mean, that's what they did. And Polymarket just paid out on whatever the outcome was, right? So that's what you're asking about, which one. There again, that's a problem, right? I think.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, but everybody, it's not like no one got their money back, right? What they put in.
Sure. Yeah, it was a push. They just didn't win.
Exactly. So this is, like I said, wrapping it up here, right? The future of decision making towards a more informed world, right? And like I said, this is prediction markets are like a governance tool, man. For this information age. It's kind of crazy. But if you can't trust media, and we can't, polls or institutions, maybe you can trust a market where people put money behind their beliefs. Yeah. This connects to where Gen Z trust thesis, right? We were talking about before. They don't trust it. And now they can see something that's very open and seen, right? People are putting their money in it. A generation that doesn't trust institutions might trust markets that have skin in the game. And that's where they're going to get kind of what the trends are going, right? But and this is anybody, we know we have some DAOs, and we were doing stuff way back in the day. So think of this. What if DAOs, and these are decentralized autonomous organizations. You ever heard of a DAO, Bappy?
No, not in that sense.
It's pretty amazing. Maybe that's another thing we could talk on Spaces too. It's a very, very unique organization, right? No one owns it. It's like kind of like a whatever. We'll get into it, but it's interesting, right? There's governance. You use tokens, but there is no main owner, right? It's kind of a group thing, but it's all smart contract, all that, right? But think of it, if DAOs use prediction markets to make governance decisions instead of token voting, because that's what DAOs do. However many tokens you have of the governance token, Bappy, you have a more weighted vote into what's going on. Maybe we should change the code. Maybe we should change the project. Maybe we should add this to the project, right? That's what you would be doing, right? So those kind of things. And right now, it's governance tokens, right? But how cool would it would be if it was using prediction markets, right? Instead of one token equals one vote, right? It's a bet on the outcomes of each proposal. The winning outcome becomes the policy. That's kind of cool too, right? Because that's a twist. That's a twist that you can put on these type of things. And again, how businesses could move forward, networks being built, move forward, right? You can use that mechanism as a way of governance, right? Just saying, kind of unique, interesting, and wild, man. We got a lot of things. Yeah, man. But yeah, no, the DAOs are interesting and crazy because, like I said, it's a decentralized organization, and I know Wyoming, they accept them like LLCs, right? So it's been a bit. Not many of them have kind of been too successful. Yeah, it's hard to herd cats, Pappy.
Yes, I understand that.
Because there is no structure. Look, I loved it in our group because we used to be back in the day, like, we have really professional, smart people in our group. And some of them were used to working with, you got big departments, right? In a big corporation, to turn and pivot somewhere, you got to clear it with all the heads of the department. Over here, we're like, yeah, let's change the logo. It's like, So it's just it's funny and interesting how it works over here. Just different. Got to wear a lot of hats too, Bappy.
Yes, sir.
Yep. But we're gonna hop over in spaces. Just give me about 10 minutes, and then hopefully you got anything you're doing tonight or no?
I'm gonna run to the church for high school tonight, but I'll be on spaces. I'll be able to just pop in my earbud thing.
Okay. Right on. But yeah, just give me like 10 minutes. I'll hop over there. I was going to talk about, like I said, got ideas. Been doing those meetings with some of the AI guys.
Yeah, let's rock that.
Yeah, interesting. Going to be fun. Just
I love it.
That's why I don't record them. Right? You better be on it.
There you go. That's good. That's not a bad thing.
It isn't. All good. And appreciate you, Bappy. Thanks for hanging with me, man.
Hey, no problem. Thank you everyone for listening in. If you didn't already smash the like button, help us out, and we will see you on spaces.
Right on. We'll see you over there. Have a good one.
All right.
Yep.
Take care.
See
Bye.
You don't clock in. If it's on chain, it's meant to be. When the math is math, then it's liberty. While you move straight peer to peer, the old world looks on with tears and fear. Distributed power, lights stay on, even when no systems are gone. We don't need full access to win. We plug in the networks built for the win. When the ledger's open, the truth broke in. No more shadows, the signal no spin. Bosses rise, transparent from within. Bosses rise, transparent from within.